Hi, welcome to this new video here on my YouTube channel. This is Tony Hernandez Pumarjo, the Purpose Coach. I'm truly honored and privileged to have you here today, tuning into this new video. And if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, I want to say welcome. To all of you that are tuning in and watching my video right now, and you want to keep up to date, or if you're new, you want to learn more about my work and what I do, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel here on YouTube. Your support is everything today more than ever. So if you can hit the subscribe button and hit the subscribe, like this video, share it, share it with everybody that you know. So that way we can keep this thing going, and that way we continue to helping more people. And if you're interested in learning more about my life coaching service, especially if you are a professional that is going through burnout, going through tough, life situations in your life, and you're looking for that someone, that person that can help you in your process, then I invite you to visit my website, thplifecoach.com, thplifecoach.com. So that way, I'm able to, you're able to learn more about my coaching service and see if we can work together. And hopefully, I can be your coach. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, we're going to talk about, going more in depth in regards to the challenges of burnout and why is it so common in professionals, especially professionals that are more service based. And what I mean by service based, a lot of times it could be a lot of focus on health, ministry, special needs, mental health, especially in those areas. And why burnout is so common, even more so, professionals that support people and families impacted by disabilities or special needs. There's different reasons because overall we can absolutely say that all professionals at some point of our lives have gone through or are going through burnout, regardless of your career or your profession, your industry. At some, or even if you don't work for someone and you have your own business, all of us have gone through burnout, or maybe we're going through burnout at this moment. But the levels of burnout are even higher, especially for those professionals that give back, because compared to one of the challenges, and I have put up here some data of especially in special needs professionals or this professionals that support people with disabilities, their levels of burnout are exceptionally high. And this can be due to different things like labor, overwhelming caseloads, and systematic administrative neglect. According to the data here, over 90% are reporting moderate to high stress, and they face a lot of intensive behavior challenges because of the support that they provide for people with disabilities, especially the most severe cases of disability. I can speak mostly for autism because autism has been my field, for 12 years. So it is tough. It is super tough to work with these cases. It is tough. It's not easy. It is not talked about. A lot of times we focus on the one point of view in regards of disability as a superpower of identity of, oh, my child has done this, he's super smart. And it is, you live happy with a disability, which I believe we need to start you know changing that erroneous point of view, which has done more damage than good. Now, doesn't mean that I discard those stories, and good for them. But there are realities that not a lot of people talk about the struggles and the stress and the burnout that families are facing with people with disabilities, especially with more severe cases. And this burnout extends itself to the professionals, whether it's therapists, whether it's special ed educational or educators, doctors, mental health therapists, respite care, all the providers that work with the special needs population or disability, they face very severe challenges from different areas. For example, I read here, which was interesting for me. It mentioned about the extreme workload of special ed teachers or educators compared to their other peers that are not special education. Intense documentation, goal setting, compliance, state, federal laws, um, because they can receive a lot, severe cases. And not only the severe cases, but also all disabilities or special needs. Regardless of level of autism, regardless of level of anything, it is tough. It is very, very tough. So we need to stop with the sugarcoating that is out there in social media about a lot of things, which it's not the focus of this video today, but I wanted to mention that, you know, because, you know, talking about realities, I'm going to talk about realities here, whether people like it or not. And and a lot of challenges, especially with behavior challenges and safety. I mean, a lot of times could be for different reasons. These professionals may not have all the tools and the support that they need in order to help students with severe behavior disorders without sufficient training or staffing, which creates a high stress and it's a lot of times unsafe working environment. And I've seen that firsthand, which has led to a lot of tough cases and even sad situations, whether in school, whether in therapy. Because again, and I'm not saying that all that the person with a disability or with a special need is his or her fault. I've seen cases of professionals that have been very irresponsible and not done this the right way. But you have cases of professionals doing everything that they can, and it's still not enough. Still not enough, and that leads to high levels of burnout. And that, just be real with all of you. A lot of times, and this is very, something that caught my attention was that professionals, and this is very important, special needs professionals report a lack of adequate support from administration, lack of resources, and too little time for planning, which causes a gap between professional expectations and reality. They may feel that they're not supported enough, and that could lead to high stress, high burnout, and even high turnover rate. Right now, in the special needs field, therapists, special ed education, right now there's high levels of turnover. They leave the profession because of all the challenges that are happening. For example, roughly 30% of special ed teachers leave or switch roles due to the increased workload of supporting people, children with disabilities or special needs, and they don't feel they don't have the support that they need. I mean, it's tough out there. It's very, very tough. And again, this is overall. This is overall. The stress level of that the families are facing, the challenges that the special needs child is facing, that he or she may not be getting enough the support that he or she needs, and the professionals that they're struggling in be able to support to the best of their ability the child with a special need. And I know that there's training, there's development, but a lot of times, a lot of those trainings will be focused more on how to help someone do their job, but while not addressing the true issues here about the factors for burnout and getting that human support, because professionals may feel like a tool or a robot just to do a job, and facing pressure from all sides, for families, administrative, and the pressures of supporting a special needs child or an adult as well, because this is adult as well. They face pressure in a lot of areas, and I can vouch for that because as a special needs professional, I have gone through that. Working with tough cases of families looking for resources and even the most difficult requests. And unfortunately, I had to say that unfortunately I cannot be of further help. It's very tough out there. It's not that I don't like helping. It's not that I don't want to help them, but the reality is that the needs out there are so great that it is overwhelming, which had led for me to go through burnout, overwhelm. And I mentioned that as a person with a diagnosis myself with Asperger's syndrome, just to point that out. Um, so I'm asking you, you know, overall, I feel like that the resources for professionals that support others, that support special needs, are inadequate. Inadequate. They need further support, and not only more tools and resources, but they need a space in which they can receive the support from a human perspective, not just training, not just do your job better for supporting the person with a disability. Have them get the support that they need from the human side of things, and that's where therapy can come in, but also life coaching can come in as well. And that's something to realize because special needs professionals, special needs professionals are not robots, are not simply just tools, are not simply not simply just providers providing a service for your loved one with a special need. They're humans. They have their own struggles. A lot of times they are facing silent battles that we don't see because they had to be the strong one. They had to lead and do their job to support people with special needs. Which because again, supporting special needs, it's tough, 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 tough. No matter the level of severity of a disability, it is very tough job to support a special needs a child or an adult and their families. So we need to create a space. And I'm going to ask you, if you're a special needs professional, if you're a therapist or you're a special ed teacher, I mean, a lot of times, you're dealing with those struggles, but a lot of times you don't get the support that you need because of different reasons: administrative, money, job, income, state, federal laws. I mean, you deal with a lot of things and you're just doing your job. And they're bad apples. Just like everything in life, there's bad apples in all professionals, especially in special ed. They're bad apples, they're people that are just horrible and they have done horrible things to special needs children. And that's inexcusable. But at the same time, if we're not addressing the issue of the severe levels of burnout that special needs professionals are facing, which had led to all of these challenges that they face. I mean, one thing that caught my attention is that a lot of times the profession can be feel like like they don't receive like even thank you for supporting their loved one, or maybe they feel unsupported by families, by colleagues, or even administrators. So a lot of times special needs professionals may be on their own, like nobody understand them, and we had to change the perspective of the special needs professionals, going beyond just a provider, but looking at them as humans and part of this community. And that's what I'm working on as a life coach, as the purpose life coach, to reconnect special needs professionals back with their purpose, navigate burnout and tough life transitions, struggling with compassion fatigue through the powerful method of life coaching. And I'm going to ask you, if you are a special needs professional, have how what you have done up to this point to work with your high levels of burnout, not only in your profession but also in your life. Do you have time for yourself? Because a lot of times special needs professionals have their parents. They have head of households. They had to take care of their family, moms, dads. And even there's professionals that are special needs, and they also have a disability as well, which makes the challenges even more difficult. So we had to create a space for that. What can you do that you might have not considered to help you with your burnout? And even if you have the intention of making changes, it can be so overwhelming because you're overwhelmed right now. Then you haven't taken this the or create the space to take a step back and realize, okay, this is where I am. I need to take a step back for myself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, the high burnout can continue, the stress level can continue, and that impacts your overall health in a negative way. So, if you have, I'm gonna, if you're watching this video, I'm gonna ask you what you have done up to this point to work with your burnout. Have you had, do you have, per day, an hour for yourself? All of us are busy. We have our busy lives, not only at work, but also family, responsibilities, daily life. But do you have space for yourself? Even an hour, do you have a space for yourself? And have you considered that perhaps you will need someone that can hold you accountable towards taking care of yourself? And again, it's not an ego thing. It's very important to take care of ourselves because if we don't take care of ourselves, who's going to take care for us? I mean, it's not easy. So, overall, hopefully, with this, we can raise more awareness about the reasons why there's high levels of burnout. If I miss a reason, if there's something that you see that I missed, which is a reason why there's high levels of burnout in special needs professionals, teachers, educators, therapists, please write down in the comment below or reach out to me, so that way we can discuss this. And if you want to take that next step, I don't know if you consider a life coach, or I don't know what you know about life coach, to be honest. But if you're not familiar with life coaching, I would probably suggest you to learn more about my service. Again, I'm not selling you the service, but I invite you to learn more about what I do because perhaps we can set up a time we can work together. Because I'm not simply a life coach; I'm a special needs professional. I support special needs for more than 12 years. I have seen firsthand the challenges in this community, especially more on the autism side, but also other disabilities as well. So I understand what you're going through. Please shoot me a message. Email, call, go to my website, subscribe to my channel, and I would like to set up a time to talk with you, have a conversation. You're not alone in this journey. You're here for a reason. You have a purpose here in this world, no matter what you have gone through up to this point. So hopefully, this video was helpful for you in your profession, and you're able to take interest in learning more about life coaching. Seeing this is something that could be helpful for you. Okay. I really appreciate your time in watching this video. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Well, this is again being Tony Hernandez Pumarjo. Thank you all for your support. And until next time, this has been another video here at my channel. Again, this is Tony Hernandez Pumarjo, the Purpose Coach, and wishing everyone a wonderful day, afternoon, or night. Okay? Thank you, everybody, and God bless. See you.